Hello, and welcome to Recapping with Delora
and Ashley.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at ReCapping Podcast.
Also, rate, review, and subscribe to our show on your favorite podcast platform. We're on all the things.
We want to hear your thoughts on the movies and shows we review.
Leave us a comment on Apple Podcasts or our YouTube channel, and we will read them during the show.
Or reach out to us on social media. We love talking all things entertainment and pop culture with you.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you. Hey, Ashley.
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
Hanging in. How about you?
Same. How was your Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was very nice. Pretty chill. My mom hosted, had some extended family come through. Everybody was on time-ish, so we could start chowing down. People brought different dishes and things, so it wasn't kind of on one person's plate to make everything, but enjoyed all the food. I don't get good eats all the time, so I was really looking forward to I was planning on eating 3 times. My uncle ended up throwing me off because he had to watch the Cowboys. So he wrapped up as quickly as he could. So I didn't make it over there. But it was a good time. I enjoyed seeing everybody. I got to spend some time with one of my cousins who I don't see
your favorite one,
a
right?
lot. Well, this was her sister, who I also call my cousin, who I talked to the most actually at Thanksgiving. But yeah, I mean, it was nice to catch up with people and have a nice chill day and, get some rest. How about you?
What did you bring to the party?
I brought the wine, which was a hit. Apparently, everybody wanted to do some wine tasting, including my little cousin who's just fresh 21, little baby, Cameron. So I brought 2 bottles. We went through those, so we had to crack open some additional bottles that my mom had, and so much so my cousin even just texted me this week like, what was that wine you brought to Thanksgiving? So it was a hit. And then I also brought the cranberry sauce as a request. So those are my contributions.
The old school can, or is there a special type?
No, it sounded like my cousin had wanted the Kroger brand, which I did not get.
Interesting.
So yeah. But she and I were the only ones who ate it. And I'm usually the only one who eats it because my mom and brother don't really care for it. But my favorite thing at Thanksgiving over the last few years has been my mom's lemon cake.
I love a good lemon cake.
Addictive. A couple years ago, I gave myself a stomach ache because I ate like 5 or 6 pieces back to back.
Now, how does she top her lemon cake?
It's just like a light glaze.
Yeah, glaze. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not really an icing person, honestly. So
no, that's why I was asking, because it's almost like a pound cake in some ways.
Yes.
But lemon. So yeah, that sounds delicious. Mine was really lovely. We went over to my parents' house, which I'm grateful for because they cook very well. And we did not have a truly traditional Thanksgiving. Pretty much everyone had like their favorite main dish. Like, so my dad fried some chicken. My dad can fry so well. I mean, he's a good cook in general, but his frying abilities is otherworldly. And so we had fried catfish, which was like so delicious.
How am I just finding this out? Do you think your dad would be willing to like ship me some catfish and fried chicken? Because
absolutely amazing. Who would want that? Like, no one. The shipping.
I mean, I'm sure he can figure out how to keep it together for me.
Keep it fresh, keep it together. And then like my mom, green beans are so good. I mean, she used the can, but she does like this, the green beans with the potatoes in it, and it has like garlic and onions. It's just so delicious. We brought the honey baked ham, and I made sweet potato pies and pecan pie. And both pies were delicious, but that pecan pie, I just like just picking the pecans, and it's like that sugary goodness. Like, oh, so good.
My brother's gonna be so upset when I tell him that you made sweet potato pies. This was his big request, and nobody made one this year. So,
well, I could probably make him one for Christmas. I'm I was so proud of my sweet potato pie too. It was nice and silky, and it was just delicious and buttery. Anyway,
if I have to choose between you making my brother a sweet potato pie and your daddy making me some fried fish and chicken, I'm about to be selfish. I'm sorry. I need to talk to your daddy first.
What happened? My parents just have to visit, and I have to invite you over. But my kitchen isn't even equipped to fry anything. Like, I don't really fry things, you know. And then we spent time with my in-laws, which was really nice because my father-in-law, he's 71 years old, so like big birthdays. And at that house we watched all types of football, so like University of Michigan versus Ohio State. It did not go in our favor. It is what it is.
OH.
Oh no. And then
IO people. IO.
And then the Lions didn't win either. But it was a rough time watching football, but spending time with family, and then also my BFF Aaliyah, I spent some time with her. I'm like, you're grown when you just want to hang out with each other and you ultimately do errands. So that's what we were doing with her. We went to Costco. Adult friendships, y'all.
Absolutely. It's about the quality time. It doesn't matter what it entails.
Exactly. But it was lovely. And it's kind of crazy because this year was both the longest year of my life, and also it's over. It's almost over, Ashley. Can you believe it?
No, my birthday is in 20 days. It's crazy.
Sudden. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm just like, by the time we get to your birthday, I'm like, we've made it. It's the end of the freaking year. But I like to talk about what everyone's talking about on social media, and honestly, I have a lot of fun with it as well. What your apps rap? So Spotify is the most famous one. I personally have Apple Replay Stats, and I know you're a Tidal girly, so I would love to know what are some of your 2025 music stats.
All right, let me look back at the Tidal Rewind Recap for 2025. It says your 2025 unfolded with the raw, heartfelt intimacy of acoustic R&B. Case surprise, surprise. Punctuated by soaring vocals and smooth, soulful declarations, you lived in a soundscape where every note was a rich, powerful statement. My categories: R&B, soulful pop, neo soul, pop R&B. Yeah, there's a theme. We know. My top artists of 2025: Beyonce, JoJo, Her, Tori Kelly, Usher, Jhené Aiko, Chris Brown, NSYNC, Justin Timberlake, Lucky Day.
Oh, so you really do be busting out the oldies.
When I tell you, me and NSYNC, listen.
So it's for me, if I were to do that, it'd be Girlfriend and Gone. Gone? Oh my gosh.
Still a fave. But I mean, I do NSYNC.
What do you listen to?
I do the pop album for sure, but my NSYNC song of probably most played is I Thought She Knew, because I can throw on I Thought She Knew any time. The melody, the harmony, and it's one of the first songs. I think it's actually the first song they ever recorded together, and it's magic. And then it's about to be Christmas time, so their Christmas album goes hard, baby. And then Justin Timberlake, I've been listening to Justified a lot. Like,
yeah,
I love that album. I was listening to a little bit of the 2020 Experience too lately, so I get that. I'm surprised Jhené Aiko isn't a little bit higher up, because I swear I listen to Jhené so much. And then my top 2025 album, Renaissance, Beyonce.
Nice. Okay, so for my replay 2025, According to Apple Music, I listened to 5,585 minutes of music, and my top artist, Olivia Dean. She's my number one. My number two, K-pop Demon Hunters. 3, Chris Bowers. This is the incomparable composer of shows and movies that we love, a la Bridgerton. I mean, his resume is steep. Wild Robots score is phenomenal as well, so that's in my rotation. Number 4 is EJ, who is the lead singer for Huntrix, aka K-pop Demon Hunters. I think that kind of goes hand to hand. And then my number 5 is Beyonce this year. Top songs. This is my brain song, y'all. You know how people talk about stacking habits and setting the space for you to dominate. Cornfield Chase from Interstellar by the great Hans Zimmer. It's Hans Zimmer. I'm surprised isn't in the top 5 either, because I'm always listening to scores when I'm in my deep think work mode. So Easy to Love. Olivia Dean is number 2. Proud of Me by Beautiful Chorus. This is really big on the affirmation. I can be who I want to be. I'm successful and I'm proud of me. That's what the song is, and it's gorgeous. Then number 4 is The Only Love We Know by Naomi Sharon, and number 5 is Golden. Top albums. I listened to 72 total albums apparently. The Art of Loving, Olivia Dean, K-pop Demon Hunters. Based on a true story, Will Smith's new album was on heavy rotation when it first came out. Number 4 is Renaissance, and number 5 is Cowboy Carter. And my top genres are pop, R&B and soul, soundtrack, K-pop, and alternative. So I like to say that my top artist last year was Beyonce. My top song is the same. And then my top album for 2024 was Cowboy Carter. So some insights on our music taste, Ashley. I love it.
On brand.
On
sure.
brand.
No surprises here.
None. And for our dear listeners who's been with us all this time, thank you. And y'all wouldn't be surprised either. So there you go. All right, let's get into some of these headlines. Deadline, Regé-Jean Page to headlight erotic thriller series Hancock Park in works at Netflix with Matthew Berry, creative engine, and 5th season. So this was really exciting news, Ashley, when I was reading it. There's a lot of momentum behind Mr. Jean Page. We talked about this last time we spoke, his new film in Italy with the gorgeous Halle Bailey, set in Italy. So, I'm set. I look forward to getting advanced movie tickets. Shout out to Will Packer. One of my favorite books of this year is his motivational book called Who Better Than You? So shameless plug there. But this is really exciting because Hancock Park is an affluent neighborhood in LA. It's so funny because in this article, it talks about how Netflix co-CEO Ted and Shonda Rhimes both live there. And essentially, Regé is going to be like this outsider coming into this picture perfect LA family living in their backyard guest house. And, shit's going to hit the fan. So it's going to be rich people shit. You know what I mean? And then it's going to be a lot of sex, I'm sure. And what I'm really excited about is Regé is also producing this. And there are some really exciting people behind the scenes because as I mentioned, his name is Matthew Berry. He's one of the writers for Industry. I know that was one of your hidden gems, Ashley. And
Mm-hmm.
Don Commons is creative engine is behind Yellow Jackets. So this will be really exciting. It talks about Regé resume a little bit, how he's in rare air on Netflix because two of his projects, Bridgerton season 1 and The Gray Man, are on Netflix top 10 most popular English language project list. And of course, he's done other things like Dungeons and Dragons and the spy thriller Black Bag. Did you see that movie?
Yeah.
How was that?
That was the one with
Wasn't it Kate?
Michael Fassbender.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Yeah. It was cool. It was cool. Yeah, it was fine. I didn't realize The Gray Man was that popular. I mean, we recapped The Gray Man, but
We did.
I
And I
didn't
didn't
remember
love
being that
it. It was
popular.
just a random Netflix movie. I just
It
feel
was
like I
fine.
didn't like how he was used in that film. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
He didn't pop as a
Correct.
character. That's for
Especially
sure.
coming off of The Duke. Okay.
Yeah. And we also had like Chris Evans playing a baddie, which was
Yes.
a lot of fun. Like he was kind of
Yes.
deranged and it was just interesting to see.
Yes. And apparently this was in a streamers competition that Netflix ultimately won, and Netflix is rushing this into development. Ashley, are you interested in this project?
I mean, I'm definitely going to watch it. Am I like, ooh, la la? Can't say I feel that. I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of over reggae. Not that I was ever under him, but
Okay.
I just
Okay.
don't like, I'm not, when, when I see his name or whatever, it doesn't light me up to be like, oh, I can't wait to dive into that. So hopefully it pleasantly surprises me with what they have to offer. I mean, I like a rich, opulent moment. I like some drama. I like, I like filth. So we'll see how it measures up to some of the other like shows within this genre because there are a
Mm,
few.
there, you ain't never lied. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Reggae, I like who he is as a person in terms of like he's very intentional with his projects and things along those lines. And he puts a lot of thought behind him. And when they said erotic thriller, I was like, of course I'm gonna watch this. Like, are you kidding me? Um, okay, so in some sad news, people.com, Kandi Burruss discovered Todd Tucker was, quote, talking to other women behind her back before split. She, quote, had no idea. So during our time away, the news was announced that Kandi, the former Real House wife of Atlanta, is splitting from her husband. And this is kind of a big deal. Like her marriage was a major storyline on the show. I didn't know they met in Africa.
Yeah.
They met in Africa. Actually, looking into this article, people.com had coverage of their 10-year anniversary, which was just in 2023, and how they went back to where they first met in South Africa to celebrate their anniversary. But this is crazy, Ashley, because he out here looking for
Full
you know,
custody,
custody, a prenup,
potential alimony,
girl.
contesting that prenup. I'm so disappointed in Todd. Todd was my favorite husband
Was he?
in the Real Housewives of Atlanta universe. And everybody's like, Mama Joyce was right. Mama Joyce was right. I don't know.
I thought she was hard on him
She
from what I
was.
saw.
That's what they're
Yeah.
saying. They're like, she was right all along. He was out here. He's a scammer. He's this is whatever. I'm sad, obviously, that things didn't work out for them, but even more so, like, it's giving me Rachel Lindsay, Brian vibes. Like,
Ooh, that was
don't
bad.
come for the successful woman that you married now that y'all splitting up. Like the full custody thing is wild.
It's feeling petty. Yeah.
I mean, it's beyond petty. It's like, why are you going for full custody versus she asked for joint custody? Help me understand. You talking about she's a great, supportive, caring parent. Then why would you feel like you need full custody of y'all kids?
They got 2 kids.
Okay.
A son, Ace, 9, and a daughter, Blaze, 6.
Yeah. And their daughter just had her little birthday. So
and they were together. They were together after the announcement of the split.
So I'm when I saw the headline about him filing for full custody and then trying to contest that prenup, I said, look at you showing your ass so fast, Todd.
So quickly.
Damn. I saw people in the comments, the person you marry isn't the person you divorce. Yo, listen, I encourage everybody, if you got anything, get that prenup because...
Wait. The saying is the person you marry isn't the same person that you divorce.
What did I just say? I think that's what I said. If that's not what I said, that's what I meant. Is not the person you divorce. So that's why I always, like, I'm a big prenuptial agreement enthusiast. It's not that the love is going to die. It's just in case. You know what I mean? Because
you cover your assets, especially with
these people be wilding out here.
I know.
And Kandi was already very successful on her own.
I think that's why her mom was probably hard on him, just to protect her, I guess. Although, again, I felt like her mom was pretty heavy-handed.
But there's stuff in these shows that we don't see. That's something to always keep in mind. It's like, not to you, but I mean, I'm talking about like general viewership. People take what the editors and production does at face value. No, they be cutting a lot of shit to make stuff look a certain way.
It's produced. Yeah.
We don't know.
And who knows? She probably wanted to keep the smiling face, happy couple facade up longer too.
I also was curious. I saw some headlines about them having another person in their marriage. Like, I've heard that they're very open sexually in a lot of ways.
She has a line of sex toys.
She does. She has, it's like Candy, is it Candy Coated Nights or something like that? It's just like the name of her bedroom stuff generally. It's something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, but generally, there were always rumors that I heard, because I stopped watching the show a long time ago, about their sex life, about them bringing in women, all this stuff. I did go down a bit of an Instagram rabbit hole looking at one woman in particular who it does seem like they may have been in a throuple with. Can't confirm it. I have no idea. But so when the headline about was he talking to women behind her back, well, I imagine possibly if they did have more of an open marriage, why that would be even more upsetting. Because it's like, you know, we been about this life. Why are you still lying? Like, why are you still doing stuff behind the scenes? So
I feel like every celebrity who's been vocal about that relationship never seems to last. Like, Tiana Taylor is the first one that comes to mind. Like,
girl, none of them do, though.
She was on the Breakfast Club talking about, we bring in a third. And
we have threesomes and stuff. Nobody's marriages work out, though.
And she trying to shake him off.
Yeah, like, none of these marriages work. It's not even just whether y'all have an open marriage, whether y'all have a closed marriage. None of them seem to work. That's what's crazy. Except for the old heads, none of them seem to work long term. It's tough.
Yeah. Well, wishing Kandi the best in this journey. She like announced that divorce, and she had like a live event the next day. I'm like, girl keeps a check, okay?
Kandi said, I gotta keep it moving, baby. Like, I gotta keep going. Appreciate y'all for the concern.
Thank you. Bye. Okay. On to a happier couple. And I highly doubt there's a third in this relationship, because Klay don't play about Meg the Stallion. Okay. So 2 things. We talked about our Thanksgiving. They apparently had an amazing Thanksgiving. You got Meg the Stallion on the internet showing you her cooking his entire family's Thanksgiving meal. His parents, his dad saying before the meal, "Oh, I know it's going to be good because she's a Southern girl," and then after the meal at the game, talking about that was the best Thanksgiving meal I ever had.
No offense to my wife or anything, but yeah.
And then what threw me, like I was out here throwing my phone, giggling and kicking my feet when he made his photo dump and there was the SS Stallion on his beloved boat. I'm talking about Captain Klay. I was like, oh my God, this is real. Okay.
They already bought a house together. Hell yeah, this is real. Where's the ring? Like proposal loading 2026. Come on. This is the one.
Or it's giving New Year's. If he wants to be cliche, it'll happen right before Christmas or New Year's.
This is in game right here. Like this is the one. So.
It is. I mean, and he's so vocal. And what I love about it is like he loves her out loud. Like all the girlies who are in love now, they are being loved so beautifully. I love it. People giving Klay a hard time because Meg videotaped him saying, "Sorry, babe, I'm late." Thank you for picking her up from the freaking airport. And he apologized for me. I don't see what the problem is. Are the standards like in hell or something? Like I don't understand the discourse.
What was the complaint people had? They were saying like it makes him look like a sucker.
Yes. Well, a lot of black dudes online.
He can be a sucker under Meg, I'm sure, all day.
Buddy under the stallion. Like
people was talking about that body yaddy yaddy in that suit when she was going to court. I was like, I need to hit the gym.
Girl, Lover Girl music video alone.
Get this body more together. Not that I'll ever be stacked, but we could do better.
You know, one of my favorite comments online, somebody was like, my mom said, God knew not to give me a body like that.
Yeah. When I tell y'all, I be out here foolish.
Dangerous.
Foolish. What'd you say? Oh, okay. All right.
He's so happy when he's in these videos with her. I love that for him because I was a big fan of Splash Boys when he was Golden State Warrior. And, you know, at this rate, he did his thing. He got his rings and now he got his lady love. And these same dudes couldn't even breathe in the same room as Meg. The Meg Thee Stallion hate to me sometimes is forced. I don't get it. I don't see it.
Yeah. I don't get it either.
Is she messy sometimes? Yes. But has she grown up? Yes. Okay.
She's just a person. She's just a person.
Exactly. Girl, the SS Stallion. I was like, oh my God, I love this so much. Oh, so cute. All right, Ashley. So I want to take a moment to talk about books and how they're taking over Hollywood. Okay. As many of y'all know, I've been on my book journey since probably like 2022. I've read a lot of books, y'all. Like, ask me how many books I read this year, Ashley.
No idea.
All right. I am on my Goodreads. And for 2025 challenge, my goal was 100 books this year. And I'm sitting at 213.
Wow.
So I say all this to say, there are a lot of titles that were popular on BookTok because that's what I started reading. I started reading the popular things just to see what the hype is about. Some of the hype is real. A lot of it's not. And honestly, not even the best books make it to the screen. But boy, you know, after the strike, it's like all I hear are these books that were popular in the last 5 years making its way to the big screen. What really got me interested on this topic is this one romance. It's a man romance called Heated Rivalry, and it is heating up HBO. The chemistry is wild. It's wild. I started the book. The book didn't really grasp me because for my reading preferences, I love a slow burn. And so when you're effing in like the first chapter, it doesn't, I'm not swayed. Okay. I need the build up. I need the longing glances, the yearning, and then the build up to the first kiss before we even get to touching boobs. So the book didn't serve me, but I've seen parts of this show and holy smokes, I was like, I don't know if I can finish this because wow. But so many others, and we've actually recapped several of them already, but The Woman in Cabin 10, Forever, obviously Frankenstein and For Good, but
I haven't
regretting
seen Frankenstein yet.
I haven't either. David watched it. He said it's visually stunning.
Did he use those words?
No, he just said it was really great. You know me. I'm sorry.
I was just curious. I was like, all right, Dave, visually stunning.
But my favorite book in the BookTok world that's making its way to the screen is People We Meet on Vacation. That trailer dropped this week, and I'm super excited about it. And again, there's just a lot of it's just really surprising to see how the emergence and popularity of BookTok is just making its way to Hollywood. And I brought up Heated Rivalry because my other point is this: it was supposed to be just a Canadian show on Crave, and it was so popular that HBO was like, well, we'll pick it up for US distribution, and it's a freaking hit. So I just find it very interesting. And another book that I'm a fan of is called Quicksilver, and the second book actually just came out last week or so, but it just got picked up for movie rights for freaking Netflix. So Ashley, are there any projects that you're interested in seeing? Again, a lot of conversation is around books again and adaptations. Anything you're looking forward to?
Yeah, the first one I'm looking forward to is not a book adaptation, but it's one that's been out there and talked about, which is the Thomas Crown Affair that Michael B. Jordan is doing. I loved the Pierce Brosnan, Rene Russo version, so I'm just curious as to what this reimagining is really going to be, and love Michael B. Jordan, so I'm excited to see that when it drops. But as I was looking at a list from the Hollywood Reporter of all these book to screen adaptations, I'm not generally super excited because I have always found that books are better than whatever we drum up on the screen. And that's fine because they have more life to live. There's great writing, all these things that make books fantastic. But there's one that caught my eye outside of the, ones we know about. You Deserve Each Other with Penn Badgley and Megan Fahey. First of all, I absolutely adore Penn Badgley. So anything he's in, I'm curious about. And then you add Megan, who I've loved in many projects lately. Seeing them together and then hearing that this is kind of about like they're getting married, but they've fallen out of love. So they're basically trying to like sabotage their relationship and see who can fold first. It just sounds so like interesting to me to see
so
how they're going to go about this. So this is one because of the cast that I'm looking forward to seeing. So
I'm glad you brought that up because I actually read that book and I did not enjoy it. However, I would still watch the movie
show. Yeah.
Because I'm just curious if it's salvageable. And I think it could be if it was better writing. One adaptation that I did read the book and I was excited for it until Sugar Honey Iced Tea hit the fan. The Housemaid, which is a very popular thriller.
Sorry, Sydney, that's a no. Actually, I should say sorry, Amanda.
It's a sorry, Amanda.
That's a no.
And it's dropping on Christmas, and I was originally looking forward to it. And speaking of the year that we've had, and talking about freaking jeans, it's a no for me, dog.
It's beyond that. It's you were asked point blank about it, and your answer was just wholly insufficient. So now I know if it was speculation before about the intent, now for me it's fully confirmed. So you can kick fucking rocks.
Period. So, all right. So good things in the pipeline. Looking forward to it. Ashley, we are going to do a quick microdose because during our break, we saw Wicked for Good. Okay. And so there will be spoilers. So, spoiler alert, Ashley, we need to talk about our initial thoughts, how we felt the story was wrapped up. Was there any particular scenes or dresses or songs that really captivated your heart? Because again, we love the first movie so much, and this is the end.
This is the end. I was so excited going into this film. I rewatched the first one the night and morning before. So
I love it.
As if I needed to be fresh, but I was. And it did not disappoint. I was worried because I had seen some headlines, as much as I tried to avoid it, that it wasn't good. It didn't live up to the hype, all these things. Again, I didn't remember enough about the stage production and play to have anything to really go off of. So I'm still wanting to go in cold and like really enjoy this for what it is. I thought it was fantastic. You know, I did not know how the Tin Man became the Tin Man, how Scarecrow, you know, became the Scarecrow, and all these things, and how, I mean, even what the Cowardly Lion's backstory was, I had no idea. I love that they didn't focus on Dorothy, that she's a background player to this story in the Wicked universe, as she should be.
We didn't even see her face.
This was about Elphaba and Glenda, okay? Nessa, Rose, woo, girl. Hate your guts by the time that house fell on that girl. So overall, as a story, as a conclusion, I thought it wrapped up so well. I wasn't left wondering really about anything. The only comment I've made lately that I'm like, this didn't necessarily make a full amount of sense to me is in The Wizard of Oz, and as we assume in Wicked, Glinda is the one who told Dorothy to put those shoes on and not take them off. So when Elphaba has her in that little basement or trap door, yo, just take off my sister's shoes and I'll let you go. When Glinda shows up, why didn't she go down there and tell Dorothy to take off those shoes? Like, you see what's happening. You see, that's all she wants. Go on down there, get them shoes, and we can call this a day. But that's not what happened. I understand. But that's the only thing I've been thinking about lately. And then there were so many moments of frustration for me that I needed justice. I needed real justice for some people, particularly little Elphaba. And yes, some things worked out in her favor, but also she's wandering out into the wilderness, and I don't know what this means because I haven't read the books. So, happy and sad, ultimately, and it just makes me more curious to know and possibly read the books to see what all I missed as a story.
And did you see the stage performance?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So being a fan of the soundtrack and then finally seeing it on the stage and then this gorgeous adaptation, I kind of knew I wasn't going to be completely like blown away by Act 2. Act 2 is just not my favorite. I do like the things that you mentioned though, in terms of, you know, the origin stories of our, you know, crew, our Oz crew. However, you know, it is different because the tone is much serious and things are, you know, dire. And for the stage play and the soundtrack, For Good was one of my favorite songs of the entire soundtrack. And so I knew they were going to kill it, and they did. However, I expected to be a little bit more emotional, and I wasn't. And this is why. What makes the song beautiful is, because I knew you, I've been changed for good. I was not completely sold on the friendship between Glinda and Elphaba. Like, for me, for Elphaba to say that to Glinda, I don't see what Glinda did to change her life for good. The vice versa is definitely something I can see. You know what I mean? And since seeing the movie, going on social media, everybody had been like these deleted scenes, the behind the scenes, and all this type of stuff. I'm like, I wish we could have cultivated the actual friendship just a little bit more, because again, if we're going off of Act 1, Glinda still went to Oz because she wanted to see the wizard for herself. At the end, when defying gravity was a thing, she still chose herself. She continued to be paraded around Oz, even though she secretly misses Elphaba. Again, all of Glinda's motivations seemed very selfish to me, and I don't see how Elphaba benefited from it at all.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about this after the movie in terms of that same sentiment of like, Elphaba really got the short end of the fucking stick with all of her relationships in terms of the film and how people treated her, and with Glinda, the only thing I can say is you think about her relationship with her father, her sister.
Yeah.
It was the purest love she got to experience, unfortunately, outside of Fiyero. Like, even though Glinda is self-absorbed, even though, like, I know that Glinda cares about her. I don't think her sister gave a shit about her. Her daddy sure didn't.
No.
So if you think about it, Glinda was the one person outside of Fiyero who genuinely loved her, who genuinely had love for her. And as a character, I felt like that was something that was sorely needed by Elphaba. Even though she was very solid and independent and could do it, everybody needs love. Everybody.
Yeah. I have to say, when Fiyero stood up for her, I was like, finally someone is choosing Elphaba. Finally.
I'm so glad no one told me this was going to happen, because the smile that I smiled when this happened, like, it was super fucked up. And I remember talking about this during our recap, that like, I didn't like that they had her liking Fiyero because that is her best friend's man or whatever. But it was also satisfying because of the injustices of it all. You know what I mean? And the fact that he had a backbone and he was willing to do what was right. It's not about optics. It's not about this shallow shit that Glinda cares about. Like, this is what's right, and this is what I'm going to go do. And the look on Glinda's face, bro.
Yeah. But again, when they got engaged, she's like, aren't you happy? And he was like, as long as you are. I'm like, if that ain't a fuckboy answer, I don't know what is.
Girl. You know me. I'm always happy. Like, girl, that man don't love you.
He don't want you.
I don't want you. I don't want
you. I don't want you.
I mean, I remember re-listening to I'm Not That Girl, and that is arguably my favorite song from the first film. The longing of it, the melody of it, her vocals on it. I love the callback to it in the second film as well.
Yes.
And the reality of what happened, that man really had fallen for her. Like, I didn't know if it was real. That man really fell for her.
Yeah. I loved it. And they had their little sexy song. People kept calling her sweater her sexy sweater.
She had on some lingerie under that
underneath
sweater.
That too. And his transformation, my daughter was like, well, how is he, made of straw like a scarecrow? I'm like, because, honey, the spell just took what was around him, and he was in a cornfield. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, you know. I did feel like they took too long to show his face. Like, I wish I had the opportunity to see his face and then see her seeing his face. Like, you know what I mean?
I knew they were gonna wait because the way they were hyping it up with only showing a piece of his body, like his leg or whatever. I was like, oh, they gonna wait till the end to do the big reveal so we get her. We react when she's reacting. We see him when she's seeing him. And it's poetic in a way because she's not conventionally beautiful in the world she lives in, and now he's not either. Right. But damn, you know, another thing about this movie and about this particular side of the film is I was like, yo, throw the spell book in the garbage. What good spell has this mofo ever done outside of that broom? Give me another. Flying monkeys, the Tin Man, like, bro, throw that in the garbage.
This was like, I don't even know what I'm saying.
Why are we playing with this?
The Tin Man's anger. I'm like, Tin Man was never this pissed off growing up from the Wizard of Oz. Okay.
But you think about it, but he didn't have a heart. Like, that makes so much sense.
That's so true. That's so true.
And then Scarecrow, he did have a brain. It was all a lie.
Yeah.
A lie.
The last thing I wanted to mention is, you know, with Fiyero's, so two things. Fiyero's transformation, Jonathan Bailey wore blue contacts for most of the movie until the very end. And he did that very intentionally. And if John M. Chu never directs another movie in his life, that's okay, because he will be a phenomenal wedding planner. Phenomenal.
Well, no, because I'm gonna need Crazy Rich Asians sequel. So no.
But you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
He definitely knows how to do a wedding. I mean, Crazy Rich Asians set the bar.
It did. And
for what a wedding could be.
For Good was a little bit too similar, but it still was very gorgeous. Like, I still loved it.
It was beautiful. It was I mean, I was devastated when it was destroyed.
I know, by the animals.
Yeah.
And then the wizard is such a bastard. Like, who believed him? Who believed him? He was such a liar. But shout out to Jonathan Bailey for being the leading man of the year. 2 major box office hits with Jurassic World Rebirth and now Wicked for Good. Again, you know, he's taking a break, so I'm like, way to end on top. All right, Ashley. What are we recapping next week?
Oh, speaking of book to screen adaptations, this is one, y'all, that was a hidden gem for me, but it damn sure ain't hitting on these internets. Everybody had reaction videos, talking points. I feel like, you know, I wish we had gotten to it a little bit sooner in the future. We might just go ahead and hop on an Instagram live and talk to y'all about it so we can get it on out. But y'all, this is All Her Fault 2025 series on Peacock, 8 episodes. Such a ride of a television show.
It was very engaging. Like, some of these thrillers is like, oh, okay, I was seated episode 1.
It is one of the best shows, in my opinion, that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Start to finish.
Because I was on my toes and I usually figure some stuff out, you know?
Yes. The flow, the acting, everything. I'll have a couple of complaints, but otherwise, they're minor, but otherwise, fantastic job. So looking forward to talking about that next week, guys. Come back and join us. Please share this episode out with everybody you know. We appreciate it. We'll be back, but in the meantime, as always, be blessed.
Bye.